I forgot your name. Over.
Sorry, Bill. I guess I should probably turn up the radio and the mobile a little bit so I know who I'm talking to. It's Matt. Heading out of town, so I thought I'd be the first check-in tonight before I get out of radio range.
Appreciate that, Matt. Yeah, I should have known that. I guess I'm not used to talking to you enough to remember your name, but that'll change. Anyway, Matt, safe driving, and thanks so much for checking in.
Thank you very much for letting me check in. You guys all on frequency have a great evening, and I'll be monitoring on YouTube for the rest of the journey.
Sounds good. Have a good journey and have a safe journey. I'd like to recognize that Noel, VA3KDP, Wade, VA3NCA, and Larry, VA3LBI are all YouTube check-ins. Do not forget to press that like button, which I will do right now. There we go. Anyway, let's stand by for anyone who would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now. VA3LBI.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
VA3NCA.
VA3IMW.
VA3LBI. We'll start with you, Larry. Good evening. How was your day?
Very good today, Bill. Nice, another pleasant day. It was warm. I'm going to cut the lawn, but the wife talked me out of it, said it was too warm, so got to get it done for tomorrow, because I think Tuesday they're calling for rain. Of course, with Tuesday with rain, that means more grass is going to grow, you know the story. Anyways, other than that, Mac dropped over for a couple minutes, and I saw Matt for a few minutes this afternoon, too. So I kind of apologized last night. I got called away, like I said, from the radio, so I missed the whole net there. Anyway, thanks for doing it, Bill. Try your KV. I'll be nice.
No worries, Larry. These things happen, and radio will take, say, backseat to family or whatever other issues you may have going on. But yeah, no worries. But thanks a lot for checking in. And yeah, I think everybody looks at the lawn and goes, maybe I'll cut it later. But heck, it'll probably be the last time you cut it, Larry.
I think it was Monday. So need to cut again.
Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, Larry, anything else?
No, sir, that's it. Thanks for doing it. I'll be listening.
Okay, thanks a lot for checking in, Larry. And Chris, VA3WPG, VA3IUK, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. Guess all I got for today is about at 5:45 p.m. I heard the International Space Station break the squelch on my radio. I went to grab my phone, put it up to the radio, but it was just too much under the noise. I just couldn't get it. So checked out 2015, dead. 10 I heard from CW, not non-voice, but yep. Yeah, ISS was the interesting radio for today, but I didn't get their picture.
It's too bad. Yeah, I miss that. I'm still yet to catch them, but of course I haven't had myself set up to be in that position to do so, so maybe that needs to change. You'll be happy to know this. And as antenna's working well, I worked at Columbia on 10 meters about 20 minutes before the net started. Unfortunately, it was not a point of contact, but the guys still give me a good signal report, and 57 new parks since Monday.
Nice.
Yeah, so everything's working. But anyways, Chris, yeah, well, maybe next time you'll have better luck. I need to set myself up for when that thing's doing its passes. Anything else before I move on?
Yeah, if you, well, it might just depend on where they were, because if I just had it on my normal antennas, nothing too special. I know back when I lived on Hess Street there, I was standing at the bus stop with the Bullfang, and I was actually hearing them really strong on the handheld. At that time, I did not have any kind of decoder program on my phone or anything, so that is what convinced me to download the program. And I believe that's when they were doing a picture a day for the astronauts. They posted astronauts that went into space the first or some first female last, I can't remember. But they were running through a list of astronauts on their SSTV. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Just to pick them up, I don't really think you need anything special. I just got to be in the right position over the sky, and it was probably just a bit too far for me.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll investigate the apps. I know there is an app that you can put on your phone that tells you when the ISS is passing over. I use that on my phone. I don't. Maybe I should put it back on. But anyway, Chris, very good. Thanks a lot for checking in. Anything else before I move on?
I wasn't sure whether you're talking about an app that tells you when it's passing or the program to decode. Yeah, I don't have any program to tell me when it is passing. I just have the decoder and one encoder. But other than that, no, that's it for me. Let's keep it going. I'll be listening to net and Sunday. So I will be checking into some additional nets, which I believe Mac will be announcing pretty soon. So we'll let us get to that. VA3WPG.
Okay, very good, Chris. Thanks for checking in and have a good evening. And let's move on down to Wade, VA3NCA, VA3IUK. Good evening.
VA3IUK, VA3NCA. Good evening, Bill, and good evening, everybody on net. Yeah, it's been it's been a, I guess, semi-productive day, I suppose. I did manage to get out and cut the grass, so I did that. It was really hot. The sun, I think we got up to 29 or 30, I think I saw, and it sure felt like it when I was cutting the grass. So that chore is done, so that was good. Other than that, I also attended a presentation by Greg, KJ6ER, that was put on by the LICW club there. I became a member to learn CW, and they also do other things. So I ended up, they're pretty reasonably priced. I think I did a year's membership for $30, and then it just came up recently, and they offered a lifetime membership at $90, but because it was a signed backup, they said, hey, we'll credit you the year, and if you give us $60, we'll give you a lifetime membership. So I figured, you know what, they're pretty good. And it's a great little club, and they do periodically do these other things like the antenna talk from Greg. And it was really good. He covered mostly the theory behind his Proto Performer, and then he did a little. He didn't have a lot of time, so he didn't do all of his antennas, but he gave some pretty good insight into where he's going with some future options. So it was quite interesting. So that was that. And just really quickly about the SSTV, yeah, you can do it just with an FM receiver is the easiest way. I use an app called Robot36 on my phone to do the decodes. And then for tracking it, it's something that Hemclock tracks among so many other things it does. So I see there's a very, very low horizon pass in about 13 hours, but it's going to be super low. Anyways, that's all for now. I'll send it back to you before I time other vision.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out. What is that? I want to write that down. What was it? Something 36?
Robot36 is the name of the app that I use on my phone to do the decoding. So it will do all the PD modes, which is what they're transmitting SSTV on this round, specifically PD120 is the mode. But Robot36 is nice because it just sort of auto-detects what mode it is, even though you can also tell it what mode to decode in. And you just hold the microphone up to the speaker of your radio, and it decodes correctly from audio. You can get fancy. You can plug in a USB audio jack. There's these USB-C to audio plugs, and you can use that and then feed the audio directly in, and you should get better results with that. But you know what? Quick and dirty also seems to work. If you've got a relatively quiet environment, you can And then as far as tracking it, I do have something called Sky Map on my phone, and you point your phone up at the sky and it labels all the things you're supposedly seeing. It uses some fancy GPS and, checks the field of vision it's looking at and does some magic and decides what you're pointing at and labels it on your phone. And amongst all the other things it does, it also does it for ISS. Frankly, I don't usually do that very often, except for funsies. The biggest thing for tracking satellites and ISS that I use is that ham clock. So ham clock is a little application you can run, and it puts up a map of the world. It gives propagation information. What else? All sorts of things, conditions, and of course satellite tracking. So it overlays them on the map. So that's a fun thing to have up on the screen as well. Back to you there, Bill.
Okay, Wade, yeah, that's some useful information and stuff that I'll investigate. So thank you very much for that, Wade. And thanks a lot for checking in.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll let you pick up the folks behind me. I don't want to monopolize it too much. So with that, I'll pass it back to you and say 7-3, VA3NCA.
Yeah, 7-3 for now, Wade, and I'd like to acknowledge that Guy has checked in from Ottawa. So good evening, Guy. With that, let's pick up Matt, or Mac, I should say, VA3IMW VA3IUK. Good evening.
VPG, quick comment.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, that 36 is also what I use. Good program. That's it. Good app. Good application. That's it.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. All right. Thanks a lot, Chris, and thanks a lot for chiming in on that. Okay, Mac, go ahead. VA3IMW VA3IUK.
Well, thanks, Bill, and all Lynette. Also, I'll chime in there that Robot 36 is also the app for the phone that I use to decode, and there's also a similar one that will code for a send. So you select the picture file that you're going to send, activate, and it sends out audio. Obviously, you key up your microphone and away it goes. As far as ISS monitoring, I have two apps on my phone. One is called ISS Live Now, and then the other one is ISS Detector. And they both have a similar function. ISS Live Now is more geared towards also channeling in any active downloads as far as current camera captures and stuff like that from the ISS station, whereas ISS Detector is more from the standpoint of giving you an overall view of various satellite positions, but they both basically do the same thing. As far as making contact with ISS, that's a lot of fun. I think the last time I did it with a handheld radio, and you don't necessarily get your best pass when it's directly overhead. Sometimes if it's a little bit off to the distance, propagation from your earthbound antenna is going to be a little bit better. But if you're using a handheld, turn the handheld sideways so the propagation, I call it the disc effect coming off the tip of your antenna. If it is pointed, if the antenna is 90 degrees to the position of the satellite, you're going to have a better up and down link. And obviously there's all kinds of information available on the web as far as the uplink and downlink transmission frequencies. So you can program your handheld with the offset that allows you to transmit on 2 meters and receive on 70 centimeters. And that's the best opportunity to actually use the radio that's up there as a repeater as well. So a lot of fun to be had. And obviously there's even more fun capturing those slow scan TV bits and pieces. Anyways, I think I've already heard somebody mention the 8 o'clock sideband net, so we'll be looking forward to hearing from everybody on 446.125 upper sideband for giving us a start. and then we'll move down to 2 meters on 146.400. I hope I haven't timed this one out.
Well, I wasn't paying attention to even if you were close. I just wasn't too concerned about it. But yeah, that's some useful information, and I made note of all those apps, and we'll get some of that stuff on my phone and school myself on that. So thanks a lot for that, Mac. Very good. And anything else before I move on?
Move along, little doggy. Move along.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, Steve, VA3NCA, VA3IUK. Good evening.
That'd be Wade, VA3NCA. That's VA3NFG.
I'll be okay. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, okay. Right, old Bill. Hello, everyone. Just checking in here for a general check-in. To go for a drive Mount Holyoke today. So took the radio with me and managed to make Minnesota contacts there on the way. And on the way back, doing, regular 80 kilometers an hour. I'm surprised I was getting 5.9 signal reports. But anyhow, yeah, got a couple of twofers there with double operators. That's always good. And that's it. Other than that, I've been in the backyard here doing some stuff around the yard, and I'm ready to pull the plug on that and go inside there for the remainder of the evening. So, having said that, I will let it go and say 7-3 to everybody on net and on the stream of VA3 and FG.
Yeah, VA3 NFG, VA3IUK. Yeah, you're pretty much in your sweet spot for most of that transmission. So POTA hunting at 80 miles an hour. How about 80 clicks an hour? How about that? That's pretty good, Steve. And I've done pretty good this week. I think I've got like 57 new parks. It's Monday night, so the totals are starting to look a bit better. So thanks a lot for checking in. Anything else before I move on?
No, that's about it. 59 new POTA contacts. That's hunting from home. Yeah.
Yes, well, for me, 57. Actually, no, it would be 59 because I've got 2 new parks tonight that aren't credited yet, but they will be. So yeah, 59 contacts.
Oh yeah, right on. Oh, that's good. That's good. You'll be hot on my heels. No time there. All right, back to net control there, and we'll say 7-3 for now. VE3IUK, VA3NFG.
Okay, take care, Steve, and thanks a lot for checking in. I see that Chuck has checked in on YouTube, so maybe he's going to give us an audio check-in and plug his 2 nets that he does. Anyway, let's stand by and see if anybody else would like to check into Lake Ontario Radio Club. That come now.
VA3RUA.
VE3 Romeo Uniform Alpha, VE3IUK. Good evening.
Good evening, and everybody on that. I believe it was VA3RUA. It's right here. Just testing out a new antenna setup.
Well, you got a nice signal into the repeater, and correction on the call. I got that. VA3. Yeah, you're sounding good into the repeater. Full quieting.
Oh, I would definitely hope so. I'm less than a kilometer away.
Oh yeah, you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Anything else before I move on?
I'm going to try and see if this radio will do single sideband. I'm not entirely sure that it will. It is one of the cheapest, but I'm going to see if I can get on the radio, the net for sideband tonight.
Yeah, Roger. 446.125 Mac VA3IMW Wells. Okay, with that, let's move on and see if there's anyone else that would like to check into Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now.
VA3CJZ.
VA3CJZ, V3IUK. Good evening, Chuck. How are you doing?
Hey, good evening, Bill, and all on net. Seems like everybody had the same idea of having a lawn cutting weekend. And I too did mine on Friday and Saturday. And you know what? I could probably do the front yard again to give it a nice little trim, so it's not too long next time I get to it. But I see Matt said that he had plans to put up his HF antenna tonight, but I don't know, man. These guys that want to put their antennas up during the night is is peculiar to me because I can't see very well in the dark, and so yeah, whatever. Unless you've got lots of lighting, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, let's see what else. Oh yeah, I managed to get a couple of 10-meter contacts before the net, and I got Argentina and what's the other one? Brazil. So 2 contacts there. They were a little tough to get though. So conditions are not that great for 10 meters in this part of the world, anyways. But on the map, on a DX map, it's looking like it's pretty active there. I see Micronesia is a new country I've never seen there before, and I couldn't hear a thing. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for me, Bill. Oh yeah, tomorrow night I will be net control for the accidental net, or the oopsie net as some like to call it, right here on the ZOE repeater at 7 p.m. Back to you.
Yeah, very good, Chuck. Yep, we look forward to that. And I wanted to ask you something. I thought Micronesia was amnesia on a smaller scale.
Yeah, it's pretty small. You're absolutely correct.
I'm sorry I could resist that. My understanding is Micronesia is a series of islands. I forget what area they cover in miles, but it's quite an area. So that's very interesting. Yeah, I worked Colombia on 10 meters around, I don't know, 20 to 7, and he was moving in here. He had a good strong signal. But unfortunately, Chuck, it was not a photo contact.
Yeah, well, take him while you can get him is the way I look at it. So just add him to your list. And I see Thailand just popped up, Thailand and Indonesia. And by the way, Micronesia is 7,400 miles away from us here in Hamilton. So I think it's in the South Pacific. But anyways, yeah, you got to be able to hear them to make contact. So we'll just keep our ears open.
Yeah, okay, Chuck. Yeah, Micronesia, you're right. It's in the South Pacific. I forget how many islands it is and how many square miles it covers, but it's quite an expansive distance. So maybe I'll go to YouTube University after now and go down that rabbit hole. Anything else before I move on, Chuck?
Go Jays, go! I guess they won 2 games in a row against one of the top teams in the Major League Baseball. So we'll see what happens when they go to New York.
Yeah, they won 10-1 yesterday. Last score I checked before I came on, they were winning 13-7. I think there was something like the 7th inning. So quite a high scoring game, that one.
Keep the fingers crossed. Okay, Bill, thanks for doing this one. Always appreciated. I'll send it back to you. VA3CJZ.
Okay, Chuck, thanks a lot for your check-in. And let's move on and see if there's anyone else that would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now. Okay, if anybody's interested, the numbers are interesting. Solar fraction 148, A index of 10, and a K index of 1. All right, I'll take one last standby to see if there's any last minute comments or check-ins before I close the net down. V3IUK, standing by. Okay, nothing heard. Thanks to all you folks that checked in. Have a good evening. And I'd like to thank Terry, V3IQL, for the use of the repeater. And this is V3IUK, Bill and Dundas, turning this